Hello folks, and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party, and let's try Magrunner Dark Pulse. I'm actually a few hours in. The PR folks had, or who are the developers, whatever, thought it'd be best if I started around level 30 so I would get a good grip on the game, so that is what I'm doing. I believe I am on level 30. So with that said, let's go ahead and start. If you're not familiar, Magrunner is a puzzle game. There's definitely a lot of Portal feeling to this one. The mechanic is different, but it's still the overall feel of the game. The puzzle types feels sort of like Portal, and you'll probably see what I mean in just a little bit. But the mechanic itself is definitely substantially different than any that we saw in Portal or Portal 2. It also has a very interesting combination of puzzle game and high technology with the Cthulhu mythos, if you can believe that. A lot of loading screens, which I don't quite get, but luckily the loading screens are very quick generally, so it's not been a big deal. Ooh.
This must have been one of the facility rooms. It seems like another life. What happened to the sky?
Oh, Dax. Say, have you seen Cassandra? I wonder what I did with her.
Why are you doing this, Xander? Who are you?
Who I am isn't important. What matters is who you are, who you were. And now the sacrifice of you and the rest of the contestants will open the way for great Cthulhu. With each death, he stirs. Can't you feel it?
So yeah, obviously things have gone horribly wrong, as they often do in video game land. Short synopsis of the story. Basically, there's going to be people who are involved in the first deep space mission, and they're testing these folks to get the absolute best they can, and they're calling them Magrunners, though I'm not quite sure why. I'm sure it has a meaning that I'm not familiar with. And you, of course, are one of those Magrunners. And during the testing, things went horribly south, and ended up with this pretty much. And this isn't really a big spoiler with a Cthulhu thing that's pretty early on revealed to you. So the main mechanic of the game is you have the I forget what this I think it's the mag glove. You have two main abilities with this mag glove. You can magnetize items with either red or green. You can actually change that if you are colorblind to either color. But you can actually magnetize things, and things of the same color will attract one another, and items with opposite colors will repel each other. But that's different than magnets. Yes, I know, but it makes more sense in a game context. Now, later on, you actually get the ability to create your own magnetic points like that, and they show up as a little dog, which that's actually explained in the story. That's a little dog that you made. But you can actually make red and green dogs, which you can only have one dog, period. Not one red, one green, but one dog, period. So a lot of these puzzles have been using the forces of the magnets to just either repel each other or pull yourself via elevator or whatnot. So for example, what I'll do is I magnetize this elevator with green, so we're going to use a green dog to pull ourselves up, and we just keep making more and more dogs, and we'll just keep pulling ourselves up the ladder, or up the shaft, if you will. So this may be the highest as we can go. Is it? Oops. Gotta put them above. I could also be doing this by putting a red dog below the elevator, and it would push the elevator up. Sometimes I actually prefer to use the push repelling aspect more than the pull, just because it seems to be more consistent. It could be just me, but so far I'm really enjoying the game. Oh, there are these guns here that we have to look out for. They will shoot and kill us pretty quickly, which makes sense. As with Portal, you do not take fall damage, so I could jump down here if I wanted. But see, yeah, that gun, obviously we cannot run around there. We will die very quickly. So, we see another elevator there, but it's just kind of hanging out in the middle. And I might need to edit this, by the way, just a bit, because I know it can be boring watching folks try to solve a puzzle, but I do want you guys to see at least 1 or 2 puzzles. I don't want to do a whole lot because kind of spoil things if I do. So there's not really seeming to be a lot we can do to get up here. There's the door out. We know that we can get out over there. You can also zoom, which actually comes in quite handy frequently. But obviously we'll never make it with that gun there. And there's nothing else we can do here, so I'm actually just going to drop back down and not take damage, which is great. See, there's a cube inside of there. I can recognize that there's these big cubes with 6 doors that you can magnetize individually. So normally this is where you would put a block, but I haven't found any blocks yet. So let's take a look around. Again, hopefully we don't get stuck early on. That's one thing about doing these list tries for puzzle games, because you want to do them, you know, not too early, because you want to get a hang of the mechanics and have most of the abilities unlocked. But at the same time, the later you do it, the harder the puzzles are going to be, theoretically. This game so far has been good about balancing the puzzle difficulty between, oh god, I want to pull my hair out, and oh, I feel pretty smart for figuring that out. It's not quite as satisfying as, say, the Swapper. I couldn't tell you exactly why that is. I definitely get a different kind of feel when I play Swapper. When I finish a Swapper puzzle, I usually feel like, I'm a brilliant genius. But in this game, I've gotten it a few times. But most of the times, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is how this works. But I am already stuck. I think there's probably... Alright, now see, there's a window up there with an icon or an image on it. That means that I can use a block to break that glass. Which I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I see. That's the gun that was shooting at us. So, theoretically, what we can do is break that glass and the gun will just drop down and then we can run up. But the problem is, I don't know where the block is. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I keep forgetting about this. So, we've magnetized the top of this box red. And we want to pull it out. So we want to use another red point and we can pull it out. Just use this. You can't put your magnet dog on everything, but you can put it on most flat surfaces. And as you can see, if I put a green one below, I can also push it up. And again, I think I mentioned this already. If you have color blindness issues, you can change the color. Now, I don't know why it's still going. But okay. Oh, I see. You can also hit F. This will show you the magnetization of everything in the room and how far it goes. So right now this is magnetized red. It goes all the way to the roof. I can hit it with a green. It'll change the green. If I hit it again with the same color, it turns off. So let's just go ahead and leave that for now. And we'll hop in this box. And again, since opposites don't attract, we're going to put this one as a red and the opposite is green. So I want to start being able to see what we've got going on in here. Oh my. Oh, we do not want to fall down there. There are limits to how far we can fall. Actually. So it looks like we opened up a whole new section of this base. But as I was saying, the big thing with puzzle games is how do they straddle that line between overly difficult and overly easy? Okay, let's grab this block. And you can always, if you lose the block like that. Well, actually, I didn't really lose it. But let's say I lost it and it didn't respawn automatically. You can push this and it'll get you a new block and it destroys the old block. But yeah, the thing with puzzle games is finding that happy medium between frustrating and fun. Oh, how am I going to get back up there? Now, there's one way you can use these blocks to travel. These panels here, you can make them one color, like green. In this case, we'll make it red, and this will push me up, but we do have to be careful that it doesn't push us into the abyss like it just tried to do. New block just popped up, so let's go grab it again. So obviously is not what we're supposed to do there, or at least not exactly like that. You cannot jump while you're using the block, which can actually get a little irritating. Now, let's make this green as well. So theoretically, with both of these greens, maybe we can go all the way up. I mean, Oh, nope. Wait, I tell you what, make this one red. Oh, God. Now, the game is really, really good about checkpoints. Where if a stage has multiple stages of a puzzle, let's say, it's good about saving the checkpoints once you reach a new area or unlock a new thing or whatnot, so that if you die like that, which is so far has been pretty rare, then you go back pretty much right where you were. So that's been really nice so far. All right, let's make this red. All right, so it's pulled us up. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's in here. One thing that I am missing, and I don't think I'm actually missing it, is there doesn't seem to be any hidden items. Even with Portal, you had the radios and whatnot. I don't remember if Portal 2 had anything, but I do kind of wish they had some hidden items, maybe story-related things, whatever. But you will find things like this, just a random weird stuff on the walls. There's been some really cool statues as well. Okay, so I don't know where that block is. I don't know if we needed it. I kind of think we probably do. Let's go ahead and take this elevator up and see what we can find. A big part of these puzzles, which I guess this is true of a lot of puzzle games, when you start, is trying to just kind of get a layout of where everything is. And a lot of times I'll try to solve the puzzle in my head and then kind of work backwards. For example, if I see where the door to get out is, I will think, okay, well, how do I get to that point? And make no sense at all. But I think we're supposed to still hit the box by now. Sometimes this little mechanic can be a little annoying. It's not. One of my problems is it's inconsistent. I've seen like the same color repel each other, which doesn't make any sense. Like this. Like, why am I pushing back? I should be pulling up. It doesn't really make a sense. But like I said, the repelling mechanic. So I'm looking at green dogs now. In general, seems to be much more consistent. Ah, you son of a bitch! Close the door. Okay, so yes, we were supposed to get that block. My mistake. Alright, so where do we... Okay, we can just go back down here. Pop over here and grab this. Take a new block. So we need to get up there without losing the block, which makes this quite a bit harder, rather. So that's red. So let's make this green. We're going to make the block red because we want it to pull us up. Oops, damn it. I jumped early that time. Ah, okay. I think I need to keep it. Okay. So I need to make another one, though, because I need to get back up there. So, same thing. Don't fall off the edge. Just jumped off way early. We're good. Okay. One more time. Let's do this. This will probably be the only puzzle I do. Again, later on, early on, of course, they take it pretty easy on you. But the later puzzles do have multiple layers more often than not, which is a good thing. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. And your character is a guy, despite his somewhat effeminate screech there. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Yeah, I will say, this mechanic does get a bit old. Having to hop on the elevator and then constantly making the little hogs. But again, I find it's better, if you can, to use the repelling mechanism, because it seems to be a lot more consistent. And of course, as I say that, it suddenly just drops. Come on. Trying to keep the momentum up. Momentum is not used a lot, at least so far. No! Ah, damn it, I forgot that was it. Alright, tell you what, let me go back to where that was and I'll pick you up then. Okay, I'm actually back in here. What we're gonna do is turn this... No, we cannot turn this green because we'll lose the block that's on the bottom. So we're gonna turn the top of this green and it'll push us down. Theoretically, I can run in here. Shoot this as green again. and hopefully grab this block. Or not. Nope. Okay, I think I know what we need to do. I think what we need to do is to use one of the dogs to pull the block into that little area. Okay, no. Yeah, this needs to be green so we can pop up there. Ouch. Hit my head. Not that it matters. You don't really have a health bar. You can take like so many hits. Let's make the red dog, red dog here. So hopefully when this comes down, I have no idea why that dropped. See, again, sometimes they're just inconsistent mechanics, because this is still red, so I don't understand why that block would have just fell off. Maybe the green from the top block pushed it down. I don't know. Is this still red? Yep. Okay. Let's do this again. Ouch. And then sometimes, again, sometimes you fly up and then sometimes it takes its time. It drops casually. Oh, okay. It's not. Oh, okay. The thing is not that far up anymore. Which, again, I'm not quite sure why that might be. I don't know why this one's not going up as far. Let's turn off the magnetic pulse on that one. Try it one more time, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, well, I'll figure this out and I will come back. This is one of the dangers of doing puzzle games. Okay, actually, I made both of them green, and it pushed it so far that I can just walk on here with a block. So, again, I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's bugged. I think it's just all the mechanical or all the magnetic forces kind of build upon themselves. So multiple greens will give a harder push. 3 greens will give a harder push, etc., etc. So what we want to do, we don't want to color the block. We want the block to stay still. And luckily the blocks do not move around when you walk on them, which I was really afraid of at first. Luckily that does not happen. So anyway, let's go ahead and go back up top. There we go. Both of these green now. So this should pull me all the way back up. So actually, you know what? Let's just take this. Let's avoid that block thing altogether, because I actually don't think I can get the block out up there. So the elevator is red, so let's put a green dog at the bottom and it will push us up. As you can see, it seems to be a bit faster too to do the propelling mechanic for these elevators. Come on, keep going. Keep going, please. There we go. Again, it is a little weird sometimes. Most of the time it's fine. Another thing I really don't like is sometimes the mechanics seem to change. For example, like the elevator or whatever you want to call it there. Most of the time, they will not move unless you move them. But then sometimes later on, they have a default position. And if they're not in that position, they will obviously go back to that position. And that can be very confusing when you first see it because they don't really explain it. All right, let's do a little experiment here. How far would this push us? Whoa, pretty far. So what we want to do now is to get this elevator over, and it's already red. So let's see if we can pull it over with some dogs. Looks like the magnetic effect only works if the bubble overlaps the object entirely. So I don't think this is going to work. It's just a little too far. So now we had to figure out how to get this elevator over. Aha, there we go. Most of these elevators, you'll see the line where the elevator will go. And I'm just going to call them elevators instead of platforms. A lot of times they will just end in a wall, but then sometimes they'll end with something like this where you can actually charge it. So before we pull it over, we need to analyze what colors we have. So we have the block, which is red. So if I make this red, it will not affect the block, but when this elevator gets over here, the reds will work together and it will pull the block on top of, well, maybe not on top of, but it will pull it to the elevator. So this is where it can get a little tricky. So let's go ahead and try it. Sometimes it's best just to do it and see what happens. Okay. So it's on the bottom of the elevator. What we want to do is both get on the elevator and let's go ahead and grab the block. Get on the elevator and get on with the block so that we can break that glass up there and knock that gun out. So let's go ahead and pop back up here. Okay, go back up. And again, I'm hitting F so you can actually see the where the magnets are pulling to, which can be very handy, as you can imagine. I actually kind of expected the red to pull, or this red horizontal beam to pull us, but I don't. Yeah, the block is actually not getting there. My face is, but the block isn't. So again, the question is, how do we get on top of this elevator? That was not it. I tried opposite colors to see what would you do. Again, sometimes I figure out a solution just by trying things. It's like, well, this isn't going to work. But then it works. Maybe you have to time it. Ah, that might be it. Okay, I think that might be it. I think we have to time it. Usually this Magrunner so far has not been bad about having to time things. Sometimes you do, but it's not been a big deal. Luckily, because I really don't like having to time things like that. Alright, so let's wait for it to go all the way, just so we know that we have to wait a few seconds. And go. Oh, damn. This might be bad. Nope, don't push this away. Yep. Now, by the time we get set up, it should be back in position. I should have actually counted. Oh my god, so close. And again, sometimes I've actually finished puzzles or found a possible solution that later I realized was obviously not correct. So here, let's do it this way. Let's just let it go a little ways. Sometimes shooting the moving platforms can be a little bit of a pain. Just wait for it. Okay. Just wait for it to get just past that, and it's not going to be enough. Nope. Alright, tell you what, I will go ahead and figure out how to get up on top of that, and I'll pick you guys back up when I do. Okay, I think I've actually got it. I think I was doing it the wrong way. I've often found in this game that there appears to be one solution that is kind of tedious to do, and then it turns out that that wasn't the solution, and that's why it was tedious in the first place. So, here's what I think you need to do. I think the elevator or the lift or whatever is there just to block this path. So first I got it out of the way so that it's not in the way of the box blowing up the glass. Then I went back to this. I've changed the bottom color of this box to red. And we are going to put the box here, and we're going to ride on up. Wait till it stops. Go ahead and put a red down here to push just a little bit more. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm going to do it. And we should be under the glass, I believe. So now I want to turn this red to shoot it up. And there we go. And the gun falls to its mechanical death. And now all we need to do, I'm going to grab this box just in case. I don't think we need it. And head on out. So I think this is going to do it. Overall, and I'll go ahead and give my review since we're just about done here. At least I think we are. I like this game so far. The dialogue, to be honest, the dialogue is cringe-worthy. A lot of it doesn't flow right, doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, they say things and I'm like, why are you saying that? It doesn't make any sense in this context. A lot of it's kind of cliche. So don't play this for the story. Again, I think the Cthulhu aspect is really cool, and it's way different than what I would expect from a game like this, which I think is a good thing. Oh. Hopefully this is not a spoiler. It might be. Close your eyes, kids. Quick time event. Oh, thank God.
We are the seven who sealed the gate and closed the way for 1,000 years. Once again, the stars are right. We are reborn in you, but with our sacrifice. The way is opened once more. Cthulhu will walk this world again.
Oh, that's great. Hopefully I can help with that. I mean, I definitely want Cthulhu walking all over this world. Oh. Things have gone all the way effed up. It looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh!
Where am I? How is this possible? How am I breathing? Gamaji! Gamaji!
Stay calm, Dax. Go slow. There must be some kind of contained atmosphere there. Something Xander created for some reason. Amazing.
I thought you wanted to go to space, Dax. This is where the ritual must take place. They demand it. They taught me the way between, and I brought you here. I guess you won't be making the cut after all.
All right, so yeah, there's some spoilers there. But to be honest, I don't really suggest playing this game for the story, other than the whole Cthulhu part is, again, pretty damn cool. Overall, I definitely like this game. Check it out. You can get it on Steam or the official site, magrunner-thegame.com. I will put links in the description below if you want to check it out. I meant to mention also the developer is 3A Games, and Frogwares is published by Focus Home Interactive. My understanding is it has over 40 levels. And again, it is $20. I would definitely check it out. Right now, it's PC only. It's going to be coming to Xbox Live and PSN in the future. I didn't see any release dates for that, but it is coming for those consoles if you're interested. But yeah, I really like the puzzle so far. I don't think it's quite on Portal level, but that's a pretty high standard to hold it to be honest. If you like puzzle games, well, not really, wouldn't call it a physics puzzle game, but if you like general puzzle games, and especially, whoa, oh, that's not scary at all, and especially if you love the whole Cthulhu mythos, I'd definitely check it out. It's a little different than your standard puzzle game, definitely different than I was expecting. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you picked this game up, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.